You know that feeling when you say yes to the thing that you want the most, and then your mind floods you with every reason why you can't or it won't work, and then it takes you through every distraction you try to stay away from. Your body begins to react with tightness in your chest. Maybe your stomach feels unsettled, plus some exhaustion that makes you want to crawl back into hiding. That's not doubt, that is stored fear, and today we're releasing it. I know this experience so well. The moment that I decided to put myself out there publicly and stop hiding behind the scenes and actually claim space as the woman leading this work, I felt it. And it wasn't just doubt. It was like this full body catalog of every reason why it wouldn't work. My nervous system began to pull all these different memories of why I wasn't ready, and fear around being seen came up, and somehow this would all be too much for me. But here's what I realized: the milestone itself was never the problem. It wasn't the video, it wasn't the stage, the launches, it wasn't any of that. The problem was what I had decided it meant about me if I followed through. Because when you've spent years learning that visibility equals vulnerability, that being seen means being critiqued, dismissed, or worse, your body doesn't forget the fear created around those scenarios. It collects all of the data and archives it. And then the moment when you step towards something that matters, it pulls those files labeled danger and floods your system with reasons to stay hidden. So it's not resistance to the goal itself, it's resistance to the story your body believes comes with it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Ashley Cassandra. I've been an embodiment coach for over 7 years, and I've been helping ambitious women like you move through the emotional conditioning that keeps our big dreams locked in our heads instead of being a lived experience. And today, we're going to do something that most people skip right over. We're going to move through the resistance because we're done ignoring it. It doesn't work. We cannot override it with more unnecessary information. You must actually go through it and release it so you can stop saying yes to something that you love and you want to do and then quickly pulling back and start following through with the kind of momentum that changes your life. Now, if you're thinking, oh no, I don't have time or space to do this right now, listen, it's only 10 minutes or less, okay? Less than 10 minutes, and the arc of this activity is designed to leave you feeling empowered and ready to continue on with your day instead of those practices that make you want to go back to sleep or take a nap. So stick with me. So before we move into the practice, I want you to understand why this matters. What most people don't realize is that your body doesn't know the difference between past and present when it comes to emotional memory. So when you step towards something that feels similar, like putting yourself out there or claiming what you want or being fully seen, your body pulls those old files and says, remember what happened last time? Let me protect you from that. So when you felt too much as a child and got the message to shrink, that didn't just live in your mind. It collapsed your shoulders, it tightened your throat, it may have created a pit in your stomach that you've been probably carrying ever since. Or when you were told that your dream was unrealistic and you had to swallow some disappointment in that moment, your body absorbed it. Your chest contracted, your breath got shallow. That moment didn't just pass, it lodged itself into your tissues. Or it could be that you showed up and you were fully being yourself and got rejected or ridiculed or ignored. Your nervous system cataloged it as, this is what happens when I am visible. So now every time you try to step forward, your body remembers that pain before your mind even catches up. This is why you can want the thing so badly and still feel your body pulling you back, because it's not just a thought, it's a pattern that your body has learned to keep you safe. Now, if you've studied energy work or somatic therapy or any body-based healing tradition, then you know that your body holds many stories. This energy center, which is your solar plexus, holds your power and self-worth. The heart holds grief and connection. The throat holds unexpressed truth. The entire body is collecting data at every moment, and modern science is finally backing this up. So recent research published in Social Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience found that when you experience emotion, your brain creates consistent activation patterns in specific body areas. So when you feel shame, your brain activates the sensory regions tied to your upper abdomen, which makes sense, your power is held there. Or when you feel grief, it activates your chest. These aren't random. They are measurable, repeatable responses. And what's even more fascinating is that a 2025 study published in Neuron found that your amygdala, the part of your brain that processes emotional memory, doesn't just record the event. It strengthens the neural pathways between the emotion and the physical sensation, which means that every time you swallow disappointment, every time you braced against rejection, your nervous system didn't just remember it cognitively. It encoded it physically in your body. Whether you call it neural mapping, energy blocks, or somatic holding patterns, or just flat out trauma, the functional reality is the same. So it's unprocessed emotions create patterns in your body that keep you stuck. And your autonomic nervous system, the part that governs your stress response, can get locked in survival mode. And from that place of survival, taking big action doesn't feel inspiring. It feels threatening. So your body isn't sabotaging you. It's just holding on to old evidence that once kept you safe. And the way to move forward is not to force yourself through it. It's to engage in releasing it, to let your nervous system know that you're not in that story anymore. And there's actually a newer and healthier story that is safer for you. You are more than ready to make the switch in that story. So let's start moving into the practice. Now, before we begin though, I am going to do this entire thing with you. So know that you're not alone in this practice. Please find a private space like a bedroom or the bathroom. No judgment, I've been there before. Lock the door if you need to. Turn off any notifications during the next 10 minutes because this isn't a practice that you want to half-ass. There's no halfway about it. You deserve full permission to feel whatever comes up without performing it or editing yourself because someone else is in the room. This is not the time to make this moment palatable for anyone else. Okay? If you're ready, let's go. Hello, my love. Let's settle in. So for this practice, you can sit, stand, or lie down, whatever lets your body feel held. Close your eyes if that feels safe. If not, simply soften your gaze. Now place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. And just breathe. Not to calm down, not to fix anything. Just to slow your pace in this moment and be present. Now I want you to bring to mind the resistance you've been feeling. The thing you said yes to, the dream you're holding, the next step you know you need to take, but something inside keeps pulling you back. Don't judge it, and don't try to solve it. Just notice, where do you feel it in your body? Is it tightness in your chest, tension in your stomach or in your jaw, heaviness in your limbs? Let yourself feel it and let it take up space. And now ask yourself this. What is this resistance fearing? Not what you're afraid of intellectually. What is this feeling in your body afraid will happen if you move forward? Maybe it's afraid you'll be rejected. Maybe it's afraid you'll succeed and then be expected to keep showing up at that level. Maybe it's afraid you'll be seen and it will confirm every story you've been running from. It doesn't need to make sense. Let the answer come and just listen. Now I want you to tell your body the story out loud if you can, or in your mind if you need to. But be honest. It could be, I'm afraid that if I do this, my life will change too much. Or I'm afraid that I'll grow apart from the people in my relationships. I'm afraid I'll succeed and I won't know who I am anymore. Give a voice to whatever comes up and let your body hear it. Good. You just named the obstacle, and naming it is the first step in releasing its grip. Now take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, let your body soften. Let the tension loosen, even just a fraction. And now I want you to shift, because this resistance, it's only one part of the story. It's not the whole truth. And I want you to ask yourself, what am I forgetting to acknowledge within me? Right now, bring to mind a time, any time, when you overcame something that felt impossible. When the odds were stacked against you and you did it anyway. When you thought you couldn't and you proved that thought wrong. Maybe it was small, maybe a huge moment. It doesn't matter the size. Just find one moment where you remember, I am capable of more than I think. Let yourself feel that memory. Where does it live in your body? Does your spine straighten when you remember? Does your chest open? Do your fists unclench and relax? That feeling, that's your power. That's the evidence your body needs to remember. Because you've done hard things before. You've survived uncertainty before. You've been afraid and moved anyway. And your body knows this. It's just been focused on the dangerous what ifs. Yet now, we reminded of its strength. So take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, feel yourself settling into this truth. I am not fragile. I am not incapable. I have done this before and I will do it again. Now, as you feel yourself settling into that power, I want you to imagine yourself taking the next step, not the whole journey, just the next milestone. See yourself doing it. Feel yourself doing it. And notice, what's different now? How does your body respond when you're rooted in this version of strength, of yourself, and of the story instead of the fear? Right now, your nervous system is reorganizing. Right now, you're giving it new evidence. You're creating a new neural pathway, and every time you come back to this practice, you're reinforcing it. You're teaching your body that this dream is safe, I am safe, and I can stretch further. Now, when you're ready, take one more deep breath in. And know this, the resistance may be there. It'll take its own time to dissolve, and that's fine, but it doesn't get to lead anymore. You do. You have incredible vision and obvious tenacity to move forward and continue growing. So simmer in that space and simmer in that knowing. And when you're ready, bring that energy forward and open your eyes. It's time to make things happen. Now take a moment and stretch your body, get some circulation going. In a few seconds, we'll zip back into the office and get ready for this day. Welcome back. All right, you just did something that most people will never do. You didn't just think about releasing the fear and intellectualizing it. You actually moved it. You gave your body permission to stop holding on to the old story and recognize power that is always there and always available to you. And these micro shifts, because it may seem like a small thing, but they can be that 1 degree difference that completely changes the trajectory that you're on. So kudos to you, you fabulous woman, you. So exciting. All right, if you would like to take this deeper, I have a free 30-day self-worth challenge where you get to build this foundation every single day for those 30 days with mindset work, somatic practices that are designed to help you stop waiting for permission and start living like the fully expressed woman you're here to be. Comment flow below and I will send you the link. And if this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who needs to hear it, because The world, it is obviously in need of our light and our gifts. So with that, I will see you in the next one.